Hey, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing a comparison of the Google Pixel 6, a 3-year-old device compared to the 8-month-old HMD Skyline. So I wanted to do this comparison because both of these phones are pretty much similar price points, similar specs, and similar features. But let's just jump into the video. If you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, make sure you stay locked into the end of the video, because we're going to be comparing the HMD Skyline versus the Pixel 6, which are two of my favorite phones. And yeah, I definitely like both of these devices. So we're going to compare them, talk about the battery, the cameras, the performance, the speeds, like the processing and everything, as well as the displays and the speakers. So stay locked into the end of the video. If you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, but if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So let's go ahead and talk about the price point of both devices right now. So if you head over to Amazon right now and you get both of these devices brand new, if I type in the HMD Skyline, which I'm typing in as we speak right now, and I just clicked on the price, this device is actually $499 right now. Obviously, there were some deals where you could get it for like $399, $299. Right now is back up to the normal price of $499 right now. So if we go into the Pixel 6, I'm going to go ahead and type that in right now. And the Google Pixel 6 is a 3-year-old device, but if you get it brand new, it's about $299 right now, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because we're going to talk about why that's kind of crazy. So it's $299 versus $499. Obviously, we're getting some newer hardware with the HMD Skyline as well. But when it comes to software, the Pixel still wins in this comparison. So let's go ahead and boot up both devices at the same time. 1, 2, 3. So we do get our power buttons on the right side. As you can see, the HMD turned on first, actually touched the wrong. That's the thing about the Pixel, is you always think that the power button is going to be on the bottom, but it's actually on the top, which is a little misleading. So we do get our volume rockers on the bottom on the Pixel, and on the top HMD has theirs. You also do get your side mounted fingerprint sensor on the HMD Global. I'm going to go ahead and put my PIN number in here and unlock it. A gorgeous display on the HMD. Let's go ahead and put our PIN in on the Pixel. And you can see right here, I'm getting an update on the HMD, which right here it says learn more, 7 days. So let's go ahead and take a look at this update right now. It's still connecting to the internet. Okay, it's connected to the internet. So basically says this is a patch for the Android 15. So if you want to learn more, you can learn more. Basically, it tells you everything you need to know. So yeah, you can see that both devices have that punch hole cutout at the top. As far as the top of the phones, both have a microphone. As far as the design, when it comes to holding it in the hand, they're both aluminum on the sides, which is really good quality material. You can see that the camera sticks out a little bit more on the Pixel. When I put them on a flat surface, Pixel does not rock, but the HMD Skyline will rock on a flat surface. Let's clear out all the notifications. It's asking me for my PIN number one more time, but let's clear out all the notifications because it's like kind of hard to look at all that right now. Okay, cool. Change up the wallpaper. And so one of the main things when it comes to the hardware of both of these devices is that you're getting some really premium hardware. With the Pixel 6, you're actually getting IP68 water and dust resistance. With the HMD Skyline, you're getting IP54 for water and dust. So, you get a better rating when it comes to the Pixel for waterproofing and dust resistance. But just wanted to mention that real fast. When it comes to both of these devices, they are very premium. They both offer the charging wirelessly, so you could charge up headphones as well, which is another feature that I really like about both of these devices. is that you can, if someone else needs a quick charge, you can actually charge up like iPhones and stuff like that. And you just basically use the battery share feature, which is very helpful on both of these phones. So yeah, I really like both of them. The Skyline will have expandable storage on here, so that's one of the things that I really like about it. Whereas the Pixel, you don't have an SD card or anything like that. The Skyline does not have a headphone jacks, or the Pixel, so you will be able to plug it in through the USB Type-C port if you want to get headphone connection. So you can get an adapter with any headphones with the Type-C connection. So that's going to be very useful. Another thing is that, you know, obviously the Skyline is going to be double in price right now if you get them brand new. Out of the box, the Skyline is going to offer you, you know, pretty much the same thing that the Pixel does. You have your warranty and your user manual. You get recyclable materials here. You don't get a brick, but you do get your pin for removing the SD and the SIM. And then you also do have your Type-C to Type-C. So I like how they added the Type-C to Type-C and then made it the same color as the phone. I definitely think that is kind of cool when it comes to the design element. So another thing is that there's going to be way more cases for the Pixel 6 out. And so yeah, you basically get your adapter with the Type-C to Type-A, the Type-C to Type-C cable, your user guide as well is also in here. You also do get a SIM remover tool inside somewhere. And yeah, that's pretty much it, but also recyclable materials inside of here. An interesting thing is that both devices have the same size battery, which is a 4,600 milliampere battery. And so they're going to be pretty similar when it comes to battery life. So we do get an in-display fingerprint sensor on the Google Pixel 6, which is actually pretty fast. So let me show you that. It's really fast. I really also like the buttons when they click on the Pixel 6. The size in the hand feels amazing. The HMD Global doesn't have as good of haptics as the Pixel does, but the haptics are pretty nice on the HMD Skyline. They definitely do offer some pretty good haptics on here. So I do like the haptics a little bit better on the Pixel, but yeah, just want to get into a wallpaper that I actually like right now. They have a lot of couple wallpapers, so this one's actually a vibe. And then, so yeah, you can see that we're going to get into the displays in just a second, but you also have that Android 15 is running on both of these devices right now. So let me go ahead and clear out the notifications. And I wanted to talk about software really fast. So when it comes to the updates on both of these devices, you can see that both have Android 15. The Skyline actually has, you know, January 1st Play Store update, as well as December 24 for the security. You could always update that as well. But yeah, we're going to do that in another video. But yeah, you do get Android 15 for the Skyline, as you can see right here. You also have March 1st Play update and March 5th security update on the Pixel. So yeah, they're both going to have Android 15, which is going to make them really nice to use. As far as software updates, we had 2 on the HMD Skyline and 3 at first for the Pixel, but they actually extended it to 5. So the HMD Skyline is going to get Android 16, which is going to be the last update. And then the Google Pixel 6 is going to get Android 17, 2 more years of support when it comes to using this device, which is actually pretty cool. Now they're both going to offer some fast charging with wireless charging capability. So you can use both of these devices with a wireless charger, and they both have similar software. So the Google Pixel and the HMD Skyline almost look identical when you go into the settings. Obviously the Pixel is going to be a little bit more fine-tuned, but yeah, you can see that they're both basically going to have the same settings layout with the Android 15. If you go into storage, you will notice that the Skyline has 256 and the Pixel has 128. So you actually get double of the amount of storage that you get on the Pixel 6 that you would Also on the Skyline, you're going to get double the amount of storage when it comes to the Skyline. So yeah, if you want more storage, the Skyline is the better way to go, because you can actually expand it further with an TF or, you know, micro SD card. You're also going to get 23 watts fast charging on the Google Pixel 6 and 33 watts fast charging on the HMD Skyline, making it a lot more faster to top up if you want to get faster charging times. And you can see that the display brightness is all the way up on both of these devices, and they both offer the same layout when it comes to the Android 15. Both offering NFC, both offering screencast. They also offer, you know, battery savings mode, screen record, and, you know, really good features to save battery as well as to detox, the digital detox when you don't want to use the phone. Or on the Google Pixel 6, you can actually use the mode right here where it says modes, and it'll give you do not disturb bedtime mode and more settings to choose from, which will allow you to minimize usage, so you don't have to use it as much. You also do have create your own, which will give you a lot of customization when it comes to setting it up to your own personal preference. Obviously, they both do have that one-handed mode that you can use when you want to use them in one-handed mode. Another thing is that the Skyline is going to have this shortcut button, which is actually really nice. So if I long press it, it's going to, you know, click right here, double tap my flashlight. I really like that shortcut button because you have a couple of different settings that you can set it to. You also have the camera button that you can set it to, making it very customizable to open up apps a little bit quicker and easier when you're using it. And the Google Pixel 6 has this little tap on the back to turn on to get shortcuts. So I really like that feature. If you want to set up shortcuts, you can actually activate this feature. Right now I have it set up to the flashlight, but double tapping will actually allow you to set up pretty much shortcuts on the back of it. When it comes to sound quality, both of these devices will support the Bluetooth 5.2. We do have Ozo audio playback on the HMD Skyline. On the Pixel, we don't have a sound effect mode, but if you use Google Pixel Buds, that's when it really gets crazy, because they give you your own personalized app with the Google Pixel's Buds in here, so that kind of makes up for it. But yeah, they're gonna have live translate, which makes the Pixel really nice. You also have a couple of other features to play around with on the Google Pixel that just makes it feel very customizable. Flip to quiet, one-handed mode, lift to check, tap to check phone. You also do have like your live phone calls mode, so it'll translate phone call. You know what I'm saying? If you're on a phone call, you actually have that like feature where it can talk to the operator if you don't want to pick it up. It has some really cool features for like calling that you know, I have used in the past that actually make the calling experience way more feature packed on the Pixel phones. So yeah, I just really enjoy using this Pixel for actually using phone calls. It's probably one of the best phones to actually use phone calls with. And so we're going to test out the speakers on here as well as the sound quality. All right, so the first phone we're going to be testing out is the HMD Skyline when it comes to the speakers. So listen to this quick sample. Volume is all the way up.
Purchase your tracks today.
All right, so that was the HMD Skyline. Now I'm going to jump into the Google Pixel 6 real fast.
Purchase your tracks today.
Wow, so that's really close. Let me listen to the HMD Skyline real fast again. This one actually has audio boost. Let me show you something. So audio boost makes the HMD Skyline the winner, and it also has Ozo playback, making the speakers a little bit more louder on there. Now they're both going to offer Wi-Fi 6, but the HMD Skyline is going to offer Wi-Fi 6E, so that's going to be a slight advantage when it comes to connection. They both offer eSIM as well as 5G connection to the internet, which is going to make them super fast when it comes to downloading things on there. And yeah, so the cameras are really nice on both of these devices. That's something I wanted to jump into, but the HMD Skyline is going to offer a 50 megapixel front camera on this, and the the Pixel is going to offer a 8 megapixel on here. So that's a huge difference when it comes to the front facing cameras. And then another thing that I wanted to point out is that you actually do get a 50 megapixel telephoto on the HMD Skyline, whereas you don't get that on the Pixel. You also do get a 12 megapixel wide angle on the Pixel and a 13 megapixel wide angle on the Skyline. And then as far as the main camera, it's a 50 megapixel camera on the Pixel and a 108 megapixel camera on the Skyline, making the Skyline slightly better when it comes to the quality of the images. Obviously, the Pixel is going to have better software when it comes to images, but yeah, the accuracy of the photo and the detail might be a little bit sharper on the HMD Skyline because it's offering a sharper image. So let's go ahead and take some camera samples right now. I'm just going to put Naruto up, and we're going to go into the HMD Skyline, go to photo, and just do a point and shoot with the, let's see what mode I want to pick. You have astrophotography, pro mode, ultra steady, slow motion, panorama, dual sight, speed, warp. You also do have the option to do night mode as well as wide angle, as you can see right here. So yeah, there's so many different features on this camera that make it amazing, and that's why I really like it. Portrait mode, photo, and then if you swipe down, you can choose your quality. So let's do high resolution right here so we can get the highest resolution, and then go ahead and take the photo. It says hold steady. So this is going to be crazy. Now let's compare this photo to the Pixel 7 or 6. I'm going to open the camera, show you that we do have the slide down mode as well on the Pixel. This one you swipe up, and then it's going to give you night sight as well for more light, top shot, timer, full image. There's long exposure on here. You also do get action pan, which is kind of cool, portrait, night sight, panorama, photosphere as well. And so yeah, those are all the modes you can play around with. The haptics feel really good on the Pixel as well. And if I click here, I can customize the shadow, the brightness, and the white balance, which makes it very customizable. So let's go ahead and take this photo on the Pixel 6. I felt like I need to clean the lenses because it was a little bit blurry. And let's go ahead and snap the shot real fast. So obviously when you're comparing the 50 megapixel to the 108 megapixel, let's just see what we're going to be getting here. So the Pixel doesn't have auto rotate on. It says it has it on, so it says it's face based. There we go. So yeah, I definitely think that when it comes to the accuracy of the colors, very good saturation on the orange, so it kind of makes the orange a little bit more punchy, but the colors are going to be more accurate on the Pixel because it's not as punchy, it's more accurate. As far as the detail though, that's where the HMD Skyline has a slight advantage, because you're going to get more detail on the face with the 50 megapixel camera, making it a lot more like cleaner lines, brighter colors and detail, and very much more sharper than the Pixel. Although the Pixel does an amazing job, I definitely think that the HMD Skyline has that really nice lens, the 108 megapixel, which is going to give it a slight advantage for when it comes to taking photos. But the colors are going to be a lot more accurate on the Pixel, and you're going to actually get a better selfie shooter on the HMD Skyline with the 8, when you only get the 8 megapixel on the Pixel, and then you get the 50 megapixel front shooter on the HMD Skyline. Now, when it comes to the displays, the HMD Skyline is going to give you the tap to wake. It also gives you the 120 hertz or 144 hertz smoothness, and then on the Pixel you're going to get just the 90 hertz. The auto rotate on the Pixel gives you the face based, so depending on which way your face is, I think that's pretty cool because it has that auto rotate based on your face. But yeah, it's going to be a lot smoother when it comes to browsing social media on the HMD Skyline because of the 144 hertz refresh rate. Now I want to show you both displays side by side. Let me turn down the brightness. Let's put them in the same orientation and hit play at the same time so you can see the difference between the displays. Put them side by side, parallel, or not parallel, but lined up next to each other so that you get the same amount of detail on the display. And they're both basically, you know what I mean, like full brightness right now. So let me do something real fast. So you can see right here, they're both full brightness. HMD Skyline is having a little of a harder time right here. But yeah, you can see that full brightness. Now let's go ahead and show you the displays side by side. And so when it comes to the displays side by side, it looks like the HMD Skyline is a little bit more brighter than the Pixel's display. So I kind of prefer the HMD Skyline when it comes to the colors and the display quality. Now they're both going to offer some really premium displays on both of these devices, making them really, really gorgeous to look at. Obviously the Pixel 6, you're going to get HDR10 plus. With the HMD Skyline, you're actually going to get Gorilla Glass 3 on the front, but it's going to give you a peak brightness of 1000, which is really good. And so yeah, I honestly like the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus on the 6 is really nice too. But when it comes to colors that pop, the HMD Skyline has more saturation on the colors, more vibrance. But I actually think both displays are absolutely gorgeous. They're both around 400 pixels per inch. 1080 by 2400 on the Skyline, 1080 by 2340 on the Pixel, 20 by 9 aspect ratio on the Skyline, and 19 by 5.9 on the Pixel. The AMOLED display is going to be on the Pixel 6, and the P-OLED display is going to be on the Skyline. The Skyline is about 6.55 inches, and the Pixel 6 is going to be 6.4 inches. So last thing I want to cover in this video is the performance. So we're going to do a quick speed test. I'm going to clear out all the apps. We'll just open up YouTube, 1, 2, 3. That was the Skyline. Let's clear those out and try one more app. Let's do Amazon, 1, 2, 3. That looked like it was the Pixel, but I could be wrong. But let's try Play Store, and let's do that on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. That was the Pixel. Now let's do the Bible app on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. That was the Pixel. Looked faster, but that was really close. So let's try some more apps just to confirm which one faster. Let's do X, 1, 2, 3. So that looked like the Pixel, but I wasn't signed in on the Pixel. So let's try a different app that I am signed in on. Let's try AliExpress, 1, 2, 3. That was very close. I couldn't even tell which one opened up faster, but they both opened up extremely fast, making it really hard to decide which one was actually faster on that. Let's do SoundCloud if I have that on the HMD. I don't think I have it on the HMD. So let's see if I could find a different app that I do have on both. of these devices, and then we'll wrap up the video. So let's do music tube, 1, 2, 3. That looked like it was faster on the Pixel. So yeah, obviously you can see both are really quick. Let's just do one more app just to compare them and confirm. Let's do one more test. Let's see if we have Pandora on both of these devices. And let's open that up on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I didn't really see which one opened up faster. The clock app, 1, 2, 3. That was the Pixel. All right, so yeah, let's do a gaming test and see which one actually performs better when it comes to gaming on here. Now, when it comes to performance, obviously you're gonna see that both are very fast. This is the HMD Skyline. So if I go to graphics, you can see I'm able to use it with HDR and Extreme. It doesn't have Ultra HDR, but it has HDR and Extreme. And so, yeah, these are going to be really good graphics. With the 144 hertz display, it's going to look like a video game off of a console. So really good graphics on this device. And it's going to have the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 processing chip, which is also going to make it very fluent, very optimized as well. So let's go ahead and jump. I'll land and I'll do some quick gaming so you can see how it performs. But it's actually smooth as butter right now as I'm using it. We also do get that 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of internal storage, SD card support, dual speakers as well. The graphics are absolutely beautiful on here. It runs smooth, no lag. So basically the gameplay just feels so clean, and I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. Let me see if I could get a higher performance gun. Yeah, so like I said, if I was to pick a phone for gaming, this one would definitely stand out in every aspect. And it doesn't get hot right now. It's still very cool to the touch. I don't have any issues with the speakers. I could still hear both speakers, so I'm not blocking them. You won't need like a pair of headphones to actually game with this because it's actually performing very well. And so, yeah, if I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, it'd be up there in the 8 to 8.5 range. Because it's not perfect. No phone is perfect, but it's definitely close to perfect when it comes to high performance gaming on here. So the Pixel 6 is definitely a good phone for gaming and things of that nature. If I go to customize here for the graphics, I can get it up to smooth and extreme. It actually goes up to HDR and Ultra, but it has pretty much the same settings as it does on the HMD Skyline. With the, just keep in mind the HMD Skyline will have 144 hertz, whereas this one is going to have the 90 hertz. So it might not be as smooth when you're looking at it, but it actually feels really good when you're playing. We're actually getting the Tensor, chip on here, which is the Google Tensor chip Gen 1. We also do get the 8 gigabytes of RAM and also the 128 gigabytes of internal storage, which is actually pretty good. It does feel smooth to the touch. It does look pretty bright as well, and the response is pretty good on the G1, the Tensor G1 Tensor chip generation 1. So yeah, I definitely think that this is going to be a good phone for gaming. It's definitely going to be pretty good. If I had to pick between this one and the HMD Skyline. I'd probably go with the HMD Skyline just because it has the 144 hertz when it comes to the refresh rate. But that's the only difference between them, is that you get that higher refresh rate on the HMD Skyline, making it a little bit more smoother. And the smoother the performance, the better the gameplay. So yeah, that's going to be something that stands out. Both displays look really good. Both of these are lag free. Right now it's still cool to the touch, so it doesn't feel like it's getting hot or anything like that in my hand, which is also a good thing. There's no lag or anything like that. So yeah, everything feels really good on here right now. So yeah, I wouldn't complain about this gameplay whatsoever when it comes to using it. So yeah, in my opinion, both devices are really good. This is going to have the gyroscope as well. The HMD Skyline is going to have the gravity sensor. Both are going to have all the sensors, the accelerometer, the compass is going to be on the HMD Skyline. This is going to have the barometer, so is the HMD Skyline as well. Let me see if I could get a quick one in. This is actually a bot. So I got a quick kill on there, but yeah, the magnometer is going to be on here. The HMD Skyline, I don't think, has the magnometer. We also get the light sensor as well as the proximity sensor on both. So making both of these devices really good for gameplay, but if I had to pick one, it'd probably be the HMD Skyline. So when it comes to both phones, you're getting 1 more year of software support on the Pixel. So it's Android 16 and 17. You're only getting Android 16 on the HMD Skyline. But the cameras are a little bit more higher quality when it comes to the Skyline. As far as the hardware, they're both super premium. You get a slightly better display when it comes to the brightness on the Skyline. But you also do get expansion of storage on the Skyline, as well as the Ozo music for, adjusting the audio. Both have dual speakers, but that sound really good. Wireless charging, battery share, double the storage on the Skyline as well, which is another benefit to using it. Both have Android 15 right now. And they're both really customizable and stock Android. You also get the customizable key on the Skyline, whereas you get the tap on the back of the Pixel. So yeah, same battery cell size, but faster charging speeds on the Skyline too. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about both of these devices. Which one would you pick up if you had to choose? I definitely think that the Skyline is going to be a good value, but the Pixel 6 is still an excellent value with realistic colors when you're taking photos and great camera software. But the Skyline is going to have an updated sensor that's going to give you more details and better video performance. So let me know what you guys think. If you're still here, just type down below in the comment section, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. I'll hit you back. I'll check you guys later, crew. Namaste.